Hello viewers, I'm SB, and welcome back to Inscryption, where today, the true horror... Listen, everybody knows that the scariest thing is the unknown, right? So that's why I try to keep the schedule for this series very unpredictable. I feel like it really adds to the horror elements. It has nothing to do with my executive dysfunction. It's all strats, it's all strategy, here, all the time. Why do you ask? So what was at this dock? Oh, right. Now the angler's here. Howdy. Sometime I tried this spot. Find good fish, corrupted fish, old_fish. Now that's interesting. So you just say the same thing? Boat is for scribe only in case bad happen. Backup plan, let's she say. Okay. So once I've defeated... Do I have to defeat all 4 scribes to become a scribe myself, or do I just have to defeat the current scribe of the dead? I've already forgotten the rules. I mean, we're gonna defeat all 4 of them anyway, because, like, why wouldn't I? But... Ugh. You probably saw it, the bridge is fixed. Now they want me to give you deck building tips. Like... Use your rare cards. They're more powerful than common cards. I love the idea. I do love the idea that the character with carpentry skill is the one who teaches you about deck building. That's very funny. But I sure am sick of being around these scribes. Each has a more twisted ambition than the last, I tell you. Okay, yeah, so boat is for scribes only. That's fine. I'll come back once I'm one of those. Old_fish. I know that Pony Island had some, like, file system stuff in it. I sort of want to go look in the game directory and see if there's, like, a text file called old_fish or something. Maybe I'll do that between episodes. I mean, like, the idea that I would remember to do such a thing is ridiculous. So it seems really hard to play with the shape cards unless you have like a critical mass of them in your deck, right? Because you just like you need to have certain things in play. But if we were to pick up some battery-based cards, I think we could integrate those very easily, and they might even serve as better initial sacrifices than the skeletons, because persistence, you know. And we can go back and finish off the Scribe of the Dead last. There's a certain degree to which it makes sense to do her last, since she's the one we're trying to like steal the crown from. Challenge me? Let's see your deck. I mean, you're the boss, right? You're not gonna let me. Weak cards, total lack of synergy. This piled really doesn't stand a chance against me. Look, I'm trying to finish up my Conduit control list here, but the bots they're sending down the line are trash. Get those workers to send me something good. Tell them to throw themselves on the line if necessary. And please, have a decent deck by the time you're done. So wait, can I have these cards? I know you're saying they're trash, but they still might be better than... I also have a lot of garbage in my deck, so... Okay, what do we got here? If Mage Knight owner controls no Mox cards, Mage Knight immediately perishes. An Elk is pretty good. So 3 battery for a 1/1 flyer, 2 battery for a 2/3 called Curve Hopper, and 4 battery for a thick droid. You know, a thick droid. I think we are going to put that Curve Hopper in our deck right now. That seems like a pretty good card, actually. Because, like, we're just accumulating battery power all the time, right? That's just free stuff. So, who gets dropped for Cube Hopper? I like Elkvon very much. Maybe the Raven? Are we going to find ourselves in a double sacrifice position very often? I don't know. That set of 2/3 flyer is, like, pretty scary in this game. I think I'm gonna drop the Raven. You know, controlling the board's important. Flying creatures are a little bit counterproductive in that they do not allow you to control the board. Yeah, let's try something like this. Okay, we do actually have enough foils here that we might be able to buy something of value. So more Curve Hoppers. Leap bot. Meat bot is counted as 3 blood rather than 1 blood when sacrificed. Oh, that's interesting. A 2 cost, 3 blood. If we had more big scary blood monsters, like we could put this in and then put the raven back in, I suppose. I might just buy a pack though, honestly. Yeah, just show me some cards. What is that? The Shutterbug. When Shutterbug damages another creature, oh, it has Death Touch. When a creature moves into the space opposing Shutterbug, they are dealt 1 damage. Interesting. That's a cool guy. I don't know. 5 battery is a lot for a thing that's going to die half the time. Oh, well. See, here's a question. When Shutterbug damages another creature, that creature perishes. But there's a passive voice used on this effect, so I'm not sure if the Shutterbug is responsible for this damage, and as such, if the perishing will happen. I think we need to play with that card, though. Let's try it at least. Let's go find out, shall we? So what am I cutting for a Shutterbug? Probably like, we can cut a skeleton or something. If we have some basic battery creatures, that makes it a lot easier to get started from nothing, which means we don't need as many skeletons, or we don't need as many gravediggers, potentially. Yeah. Cut a gravedigger, put in a Shutterbug. You know, a camera is a powerful thing in this place. Are these openable interactables? Oh, they're puzzles. Okay. I don't know that symbol. Do we know this symbol? I don't think so. I mean, let's just get this out of the way. You're stuck in that position. So counts as a 1. So maybe it's like when this thing dies, it also kills the stuff in those positions. And if that's what that means, then this clears this thing out of the way. Yep, okay. 2 card packs. Activate, pay 1 energy to deal 1 damage. I am absolutely tickled by the fact that this creature's name is Plasma Jimmy. Also, Mage Pupil. Okay, so it's the thing it's basically just like a bone in our deck, which is it's not 0 value. But yeah, like a couple more cheap battery cards, I don't mind. I'm not sure if I want to play Plasma Jimmy or not. It does feel like the battery cards, if we had known the mechanics, starting on the battery deck and then going to like bone or blood from there probably makes a little bit more sense. Insectodrone is fine. Another Shutterbug. Pay 1 energy to set the power of Gamblobot randomly between 1 and 6. I don't think that's great. So yeah, this is just a blue gem. I'm a little surprised that they're allowed to just use mocks. I guess I don't know what like Wizards trademarks and stuff are for Magic. Maybe they couldn't have trademarked or copyrighted or whatever that term, but it's a little weird to see it just used here like without it being like a parody or anything. I'm not going to put in a second Shutterbug because I still don't know for sure how I feel about Shutterbug. I want to try our deck in this configuration first. So get out of the way. We don't have any experience with this mechanic here. Will these be considered a circuit, even though the things in the middle do not have the symbol? I wouldn't imagine so. That is 4 damage. And I'm not 100% clear on why it's 4 damage. 2. Okay, so these are clearly providing value to each other. even though there is stuff interrupting the circuit, which is interesting. So this is just also 2 damage, right? That's the same. Oh, it's providing +1 to the creatures in the middle. Right, okay, that makes sense. So it was 1 damage and then 2 damage twice from the bifurcated thing. Okay. So you only need the circuit things to mark the edges of the circuit area, not to form a whole, like a whole wire, basically. That makes those a little bit more interesting. What have we here? Your energy never depletes. Wow. Other creatures within a circuit completed by buff Conduit gain 1 power. That's just a bear. Bear's pretty fun. And another Plasma Jimmy and an Emerald Mox. Okay. I kind of want to try our deck in the current configuration before we mess with it too much more. So wait, I need circuits at the edges. Yeah. We're kind of figuring this out. Okay, each one of them providing +1 to each circuit. Yeah, makes sense. Or to each tile within the circuit. Right, the robot version of this card. Every mechanic has the Hound. Although I gotta say, the Hound at 2/3 is definitely more compelling than the 2/2 Hound. Just take all these for now. I do sort of wish that we'd started with the Wizard. Just because it feels to me like the only way you're gonna get a consistent enough set of shapes is by starting with the whole deck of those. At the end of the owner's turn, 49er moves in the direction. Okay, so it doesn't really do very much. When a Warren is played, a rabbit is created in your hand. A rabbit is a squirrel. So you sacrifice something, you pay a blood to get 2 blood worth of bodies, essentially. And like the Warren itself having 2 health, it could potentially block for a turn or something. That's okay. Do I maybe want to put a little bit more battery stuff into the deck? Because I probably want to have some battery stuff early. And then if I wanted to play, if I wanted to play more Hawk Halls, yeah, that could be something, right? Part of the danger, I suppose, of playing a Hawk Hall is once it's out, it's like going to be blocking the spot that it's in basically forever because the AI is never going to be able to kill it. Yep. I mean, this is a way of dealing with it, I suppose. We can play an Explode Bot next to it to clear the space. Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe I do want an Explode Bot. That's kind of fun. No, you know what? I'm gonna stick to what I said before. Let's try it this way. What is it? What do you want? Can't you see that I'm very, 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 very busy? I'm very busy here. What? PO3 isn't happy with my output? But I'm merely the inspector. To put better bots on the line, I would need to... look, just who are you to be carrying orders from PO3? PO3 would only trust someone with some semblance of card game skill. What a brilliant system for governance. I am very busy, but I must know if you are qualified to give me orders. Yep, that makes total sense. What a reasonable way to do this. So... I love you, Mantis God. And then the Droger can just eat an attack from something. And I think we probably want to hold the skeleton so that we can use it to kill that thing, right? All glory to the Mantis God. Maybe it would have been better to just clear this side of the circuit, honestly. Well, whatever. The Mantis God's got it under control. Oh, we just win. Never mind. I don't need to overthink this. Because, you know, Mantis God. Oh dear. Your message from PO3 must indeed be genuine. As I mentioned, I am a mere inspector, not an engineer, not a designer. I cannot send new bots down the line, but I can send myself. I am proud to have served PO3 faithfully. Well met, stranger. I have never had a robot say well met to me before. Just sorta not in genre, really. Okay, so... how exactly is this going to work? If I put this here... okay, it applies the minus to each, but because they're both getting plussed twice... yeah, alright, I see. Effectively, the symbol in the middle is going to... well, wait, would it have mattered? Can I play with that again? I cannot. Alright. That is no power. So to make 5 here... so that closes the circuit. Okay. What does this do? Nothing, it's just a dead space. Because, yeah, we're definitely in kind of a weird spot here, right? This is going to overshoot us tremendously. And then this in this position... okay, it does still affect everything to its left. It doesn't close the circuit here. Can I move these? No. There's something about this that about the systems here that I'm still not grasping. Because if we could put the numbers in the like, hold on. If I put this here and then try to connect through it, okay, it does break. So this does nothing. Oh, the empty space is a space, right? Like I'm looking at the 1, 2, 1s like these are the only things that exist. Silly me. So that as a blocker. So wait, I can play the blocker over top of the other numbers then, and that's the actual answer. Is I have to obliterate the right value here. If we such as neutralizes things. But if I do this and I cover this, no, it breaks the circuit, right? Okay, but I do have to plug everything in. Okay. All right, yeah, I don't know. I approach that in the mindset of all of the numbers are important and the empty spaces are the only places where you can play things. Turns out, bad assumptions. Pretty damaging to your solution ability. What was that? I'm the melter. They send me raw materials and well, you can see how it works. A little let me out there. Okay, I'm talking to two robots here, and one of them is being suppressed. Not another word out of you. We must have a card battle. Okay, don't worry, internal robot, I'll save you. Well, someone pulled a mantis god. So buff conduit's gotta go down. Empty spaces will spawn leap bots. That is super annoying. We're gonna lose our mantis god. Alright, well, let's Still, though, we play it, right? And then I can generate some extra bones here, or we can just play the rock hall. We have enough things that cost bones. I'm gonna hold off for a second. I could have put us in a pretty like terrifying position damage wise, but it still wouldn't have been enough to get us through all at once. So now if we kill you for this, there we go. Thanks for emerging from the deep, friend. Well, I mean, sorry, Rockall. This is the era of the Mantis God. Right now, oh yeah, right now we are super gonna kill him. So let's lay on the overkill. Excellent battle. Now, with that aside, what did you come to tell me? PO3 wishes for better bots for his scanner. That is difficult. You see, I melt the metal, but I cannot reprogram the stamping machine. Okay, that time, so the red voice said help me before the last couple of lines, and that time it just said no. I wonder if it's just, like, you know, crying out in a general sense, or if it's telling us specifically that there's a good reason we should not affect the stamping machine. There is a way to send at least one new bot down the line. Yes, for PO3. So I don't really... We have no way of knowing what was up with that red voice. Are you gonna get stamped? It seems like... Oh, I guess it did come out the other side. This is it right here. Can I grab this? I'm kind of curious. Nope, I cannot interact with that at all. Well, I guess what's done is done. Let's solve some more Conduit puzzles. We need to get to +3. So if I do it here, we'll be at 0. Oh no, sorry, it'll be +2 per cell. So, boy, gaining 9 in increments of 2 is a tricky prospect. So if we overwrite a negative, we can't really get... And that +1's not available to be used. Well, hold on. If I do this, the +1 still counts. Yeah, toward the machine as a whole. So then I just lay these over. Yeah. It's not just the power that's within the circuit space. It's the total power output of the machine as a whole that matters. Again, the brain makes so many weird, sort of unassisted hops in puzzle solving. It's really quite strange. So if I do this, no, that's gonna break that circuit though. Oops. There we go. I'm sure that was a safe idea. Well, yeah, landing was soft at least. What are you? That seems like a pretty good card, honestly. We could try to get a conduit thing going, but again, the thing about the conduits is it feels like you really have to have a fair number of these cards for them to ever do the thing. I guess a 2-cost O2 isn't that bad if you can't get a conduit going. At least it's like a blocker. But I kind of feel like our plan is still Mantis God. Although I guess I should say, buff conduits on a mantis god. It's pretty serious stuff. Hello, Meatbot. You are gross. While Mock's module is on the board, it provides all the gems. That's pretty cool. And when the walkers dies, 4 bones are awarded instead of 1. So they completely refund you their bones. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff here. I wonder, can we, with 2 Mantis Gods, sort of rebuild our deck into a buff conduit Mantis God thing? Because, like, our bone cards are not actually all that good, I think, relative to a lot of the other stuff we have going on. There's something to be said, I suppose, for the fact that you accumulate the bones for free and you may as well have some ability to spend them. But that's just enough to keep you, like, playing, I don't know, the sarcophagus and maybe 1 or 2 other things. How much conduit nonsense do we have? We have 5 buff conduits. All right, scrap it. 5 buff conduits. Obviously, both of the Mantis Gods. We need some stuff to play for free. Well, effectively for free, right? Cards that have a very low energy cost are sort of kind of free. 1 cost robots would be like bananas. Explodebot, I suppose, can buy you some time, but if you're trying to get to a point where you can play your buff conduits, anytime you play an energy costing card, you're slowing yourself down. We can run a couple of energy conduits as well. Just like a card that is okay. 3 cost 1/2 is like fine. And then if it does the thing, that's great. And we need to make sure we have enough conduit type cards to actually close that out. And then we could still play, like, it probably does make sense to play a couple of rock halls. It might be good to play a Warren or 2, maybe even, as a way of generating a little blood. And then maybe we still have to play like a bunch of skeletons, because right now I wish I had more cheap stuff. We could play some Plasma Jimmy. Generating a couple of cheap, play the energy bot. Just like a cheap robot or 2 as a way of using the robot cards to generate my blood. It's probably worthwhile. And then so we have some cheap robots as our blood generation method. What else do we want to play? Elk, like the 2/4 Elk is just a really good card to get at 1 sacrifice. And then we're going to have a bunch of bones. So we may as well play, but like Necromancer's not a good card anymore if you don't need bones. That said, if you're just going to have a bunch of bones and you don't really have anything to do with them, Bone Heap maybe actually gets pretty good. Yeah, maybe that's the play, is just like play both of the bone heaps, and that's how we spend our bones. And then we need 1 more, like it could be a rock hall, it could be something bigger to function as a finisher. Let's run a Shutterbug, because we still haven't actually gotten to see Shutterbug in action. I do want to see that. Okay, let's try something like this. Oi, mate. I know what you're here for. You're asking me to take a dive. But I can't accommodate you, mate. Got special orders in it, looking to dredge something special. We can duel, maybe even give you something if you win. But I can't be taking a dive. PO3 will understand. Huh, dredging something special. I wonder if it is an old underscore fish. So Bone Lord's free, or Bone Heap's free, right? We could Bone Heap now and just generate Warren. I don't hate that. You just played a card with an activated... Okay, thank you. Yep, marvelous. I assume I can click on the thing. Yep, like it's a button. On account of it looks like a button. Yeah, I'm just burning it for rabbits. Oh, I shouldn't have pulled out a... I should not have played that in a corner. Right, I want to play my conduits in the corners. Alright. Know what, mate? I can't take me eyes off me work here. I'll give you this one. Huh. Well, that's not gonna work. Alright, so another curve hopper is pretty whatever. Oh, red voice again. Oi, is that... Oh, PO3 is gonna reward me big for this one. Oh. Hi, I would like that, please. Okay, yeah, it's definitely behaving very strangely. So it's just flickering with all of the other iconography from the game. Well, okay, now that you're done fishing for your special thing... No? Okay. I guess let's go back and talk to PO3 and see what's up. Actually, can I see that thing get stamped? Will it actually come up here? I have no idea how long we'd be sitting here waiting. Yeah, I don't know. The bots haven't gotten much better, but you battled all of my workers and you actually won? Technically, that's true. Give me that deck again. Wow. You beat them with that? Huh, all right. Maybe there are some synergies that I missed. Let's go then. Yeah, I sure hope this is... Oh, okay. You see those conveyor belts? Just like my factory. At the very least, they ought to test your lane positioning. Yeah, that's interesting. Well... I guess let's open with Fast Mantis God. It's the same card, actually. I still know how to do the thing. Thank you. The classic Fast Mantis play. See how that works? Okay, your turn. Yeah, let's not play Explodobot here. Well, if I play the bot here, then next turn it moves up there. Mantis Bot kills it, which doesn't really do much for us because Mantis Bot's going to kill everything else anyway. I don't think I play anything. I think I just let Mantis Bot work here. Like, obviously, I'm preventing myself from gaining creatures, but I'm also keeping the corner clear for myself. And Explode Bot seems counterproductive. Well, maybe, you know what? Putting Explode Bot down next to the Mantis, though, means that as soon as the Mantis gets to here, it kills the Explode Bot and dies. Actually, that is probably a good idea. And actually, we have the ability to detonate our own cards at any time, right? Oh. The thing he was playing wasn't Explode Bot. I didn't even recognize the art somehow. Well, that being the case, do we just sit? I'm gonna do 2 damage to you. This thing is a 2/2. The melter, that guy that we fought, is a 2/2 ice block. That's interesting. I'm wondering if maybe I should just blow up my mantis now? No, never mind. My explode bot will deal with the melter. I think I don't do anything. I think I just pass. Yeah, that happens. It's fine. And we're like doing pretty well. Yep, and so now my explode bot is going to kill this thing on their turn. So, or I could just do it now and play the rock call to allow myself to shutterbug. If I do that, I can play the rock call here, the shutterbug there. Well, I mean, I can just play there. Yeah, this is fine. Let's do that. Although, actually, I guess it doesn't help me to Warren here. All right, so that kills you, and I play. I guess it doesn't much matter which one goes where. Okay. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to play out. Like when we... Yep, does in fact kill it. Pretty cool. Oh. Well, now that's interesting. So if I play Energy Conduit right now, and then buff Conduit on the other side, that's pretty good for us. Is that lethal? I think it's 1, 2. Well, I mean, it's lethal once, right? And then it's fine that I've traded off the buff Conduit. I maybe did this in the wrong order, but it's fine. All right, 1 candle. Oh, scanner's online. Which card to scan? Just kidding. Obviously the one with the best stats. That stat line could be better. Okay. Your move. Well, my Rockall emerges from the deep. Shutterbug annihilates you. Okay, that's fun. Another buff Conduit was actually a pretty good draw. Do I sacrifice my Rockall for bunnies just to avoid giving you more damage? Probably, right? I don't think this hurts me in any way. And the Rockall only goes underground or underwater at the end of your turn, so he didn't have time for those to submerge. That's neat. That's a lot of explode bots, but they won't be showing up anytime soon. I am unfortunately about to lose control of the Shutterbug. So what I want to do here is I want to play something else. I want to play like Energy Bot, so that I can play buff Conduit here. Next turn, we can actually have some creatures to get buffed. This is going to suck, though. Shutterbug is going to become a problem. Yeah, I don't really know what to do about that. Energy Bot, get out there. I guess what I do about that is I just hit it with a big hammer, right? I have the ability to do that. Okay. Bone Heap is actually pretty cool. This is fine, I guess. It's not super exciting. Okay. So now that I've done that way, my rock hall kills this, which is worth doing. We don't actually have a good way, though, of killing the any of the explode bots, which is something that I would really like to happen. I can throw Bone Heap at it, but it's not really the way I want to use Bone Heap. Yeah, what I really want to do with Bone Heap is play it here. So, okay. With the way the conveyor belts are going to move, if I play Bone Heap here, it doesn't really help me to kill the Bolt Hound, right? But the Bolt Hound, well, the conveyor belts move at the end of PO3's next turn. So, like, I would have to survive the Bolt Hound attack. I could just throw a rabbit in front of it. It's turning out we're not needing all that much blood. If I buff the bone pile, or the Bone Heap up to kill the Bolt Hound, it just dies to Explode Bot next turn anyway. Doesn't really help that much. I kind of think this rock hall is going to become an annoyance. So I'm going to leave this alive. And I think I am just going to do this. Yes, no, I know. It's got a button on it, and you can press the button to do the thing the button does. Oh, that ended my turn, which is not what I was expecting to happen. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so on my attack, do I want to play my Explode Bot? Because this will survive and then it'll get passed over there and be usable for stuff. Well, actually, as it is right now... No, I don't have any ability to affect this. Yeah... I think so? Yep. Just kind of like wipe things up here before we pass. And then we get a Mantis God. Yeah, I should have just played it in the middle. I don't know, I was like, this is the better long-term play, but also who cares? Look at the overkill! All things are possible through Mantis God. Pfft, nice luck you had. I guess playing a perfect game is no match for good RNG. This guy I actually have played against at PTQs. I guess you won. Your ambition is to become the scribe of the dead? That naive spinster. You ought to reconsider. Alright, what is this? When Mrs. Bomb is played, fill all empty spaces with explode bots. Huh. That's interesting. I mean, that's very much like a... the question there is, do you think you're building a better board state than your opponent is, on average? And I would like to think yes, so we don't want to play this. I'm pretty happy with our gimmick, the way it's developed here. When Steel Mice is played, a copy of it is created in your hand. I mean, obviously, that's a lot of fun. When a creature moves into the space... Okay, so this is just a very basic version of the other thing. That said, that is actually a one energy cost card that is also very good. So we are, I think, going to run that. Oh, my battery's low. Oh, no. The battery in the camcorder recording us playing the game on the computer. Right? Okay, good. That was responsible of me.
I think I've just got to send it. To whom it may concern. It's a bit formal. Hello there! Exclamation point. My name is Luke Carter, and I'm a fan of your collectible card games. If you've ever taken a look at my YouTube videos, you will know how appreciative I am of the merch that you've sent me over the years. So it was a great surprise to learn that there is a digital version of Inscryption. I think maybe one of my fans pranked me and buried a copy in the woods near my house. Upon further research, however, I have not been able to find any record of this game. Is this some kind of elaborate hoax? Any trace of this game? Is this some kind of elaborate hoax? The game doesn't seem like the work of a prankster. It at least appears professionally made. I am both puzzled and excited by this discovery. Any information you can provide would be much appreciated. Thank you, the Lucky Carter. Okay, good enough. Sent.
Okay, a couple of things. First of all, that I'm just worrying. You know, I'm just worrying about what happens to Luke Carter over the course of this this narrative, because if, say, Leshy becomes able to affect the real world in some way, you know, elk and everything, but also, do we have a good sense of what time period this is supposed to be? That's like, is that the Windows 98 background, or I don't think it's exactly, but there was a version of Windows that had, you know, the very blue sky and the very green. Like, a lot of people thought that the colors had been dialed up, and he's describing this game that we've just been playing as seeming to be very professionally made, but it's like it looks like a Game Boy game, right? Like, this is definitely a thing that a person or two could do. And he has a computer that has a 3.5 floppy drive, but it is an external 3.5 floppy drive. Like, I don't know if we're supposed to be like right now, or something akin to YouTube exists, so it couldn't be too far in the past. I don't know. It's probably not terribly important. Yeah, we have all this month. We have all the month and day stuff, but I don't know if we've seen a year.
Hey card gamers, I'm the Lucky Carter, and this, well, it's a bit of a strange video. It's actually more of a question to my audience. As I've learned over the years, nobody knows card games better than you guys do, so I'm hoping someone can help me out here. Did anyone ever play an Inscryption video game or hear about it? I'm talking about that vintage one-set card game I opened packs for last week. I don't know what I'm allowed to say. I don't want to get in any trouble here. I think I've got the only known copy of the digital version of Inscryption. I've been filming myself playing it, and it's weird, guys. I don't want to get in any hot water by showing the footage, but can someone please prove me wrong? Please tell me someone has a copy of this game. I have been looking online for days, and I cannot find a word about it. I reached out to the publishers, hoping maybe they would get back to me, but as a fallback, I got you beautiful viewers. Hopefully dig up something. That's it. That's the video today, guys. Thank you so much, as always. And, oh yeah, what the fuck is the card?
What the fuck is the It was like a hard C or a K sound. This is concerning. If this is like standard 8-bit ASCII, this is like very easily decodable potentially, which I may, you know what, looking at the time on this video, I won't pause the video now to do it. I'll do it between this episode and next episode. But I can try to figure out what this says. Also, it's very funny to me that his last name is Carter. That's a cute gimmick for his channel. It's not clear to me why he thinks he might get in trouble for uploading this footage. Like, if it's a disc he found, it's not like he went to their headquarters and did corporate espionage or anything. He found this disc in the earth. I don't understand what kind of hot water he could possibly think he could get in.
Mr. Carter, we have received your inquiry regarding a digital version of our intellectual property Inscryption. I can assure you that no such software exists in any official form. However, if you have indeed come into possession of proprietary Game Funa hardware, you are compelled to return it to us under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. The hardware will be considered stolen if it is not returned to us within a reasonable time frame. Please carefully package the hardware and paste the attached shipping label to the front of the box. You may mail the package at a local post office. We would like to avoid taking legal action in your case, so please do not delay in returning the proprietary software. Sincerely, Game Funa, Customer Happiness Department. What the fuck?
Yeah, hold on a second.
Customer Happiness Department.
What on earth is this?
Game Funa.
Here we go.
Proprietary software.
What is this supposed to be? That's a very curious thing, huh? And it doesn't mean anything to me in the context of the game. It's just very strange. Also, this letter is bullshit, but it is interesting because like it sort of implies that Game Funa understands that the thing he has is maybe dangerous, and so they've like drafted what sounds like a scary legal threat. Obviously, it's nonsense. They refer to hardware when there isn't any. I guess technically the disc is hardware, but that's not the thing that they would be concerned about, right? It's the stuff on the disc. But it's interesting. I wonder if the company is aware that there's some kind of thing out there that they really, really don't want people finding out about. Okay, well that was pretty to the point.
I think this woman's actually from Game Funa. She came to my door yesterday, and I didn't answer. This time I'm going to record it.
She can definitely hear you, dude.
Hi!
Hi there.
Hey.
I'm floppy disk for a game called Inscryption. I was told you came by a copy of it somehow. Sound familiar?
No.
No?
No, I don't know anything about that. Inscryption, you said?
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Really? Because, apparently you emailed us about it. You are, Luke Carter, right?
Oh.
You know the luckycarter@gmail.com?
Yeah, you know what? That's, I am Luke Carter, but that's not my email address.
Really? Because, I just noticed because I've seen your videos.
Oh.
I'm a big fan.
Well, thanks for watching. Listen, how'd you know where I live, exactly?
My boss gave me your address.
And how did you get past the side gate? It's locked.
Okay, Luke. I'm going to give you my business card. And if you remember anything at all, feel free to give me a call. Okay?
Will do. Take care.
What the fuck?
I mean, it's not that hard to get past the side gate, right? It's interesting that there's a redaction in the video. I guess, had been thinking that we were seeing this all from the perspective of, like, this is the footage that's on Luke's computer. But I'm wondering now if there's another meta layer. Like, the Inscryption that we were playing in the cabin with Leshy is somehow software that is on this computer that also has this other version, the original version of Inscryption that we're playing, and also has all these videos on it. But I'm starting to wonder if all of that stuff is within another game that's within the narrative, you know, like if there's an additional layer of abstraction separating us from that stuff, because who redacted the video? And how are we seeing a redacted version of the video, right? So these have got to be something, right? The fact that there's multiples... No, pause. But I don't know how you would make anything out of this gibberish. Like, it must be the case that on some frame there's something of value? Or, yeah, I don't really know how you would approach that.
Hey there, card gamers! I'm the Lucky Carter, and this is another pack opening video. Today I'm opening Secrets of Legendaria, hoping for that sweet, sweet foil Valamir.
I have played a lot of card games over a lot of years, and I've seen a lot of human beings open card packs. I don't think I've ever seen anybody open packs the way Luke Carter does, where he like tears off the side of the packaging. I don't even know how you would do that. I guess if some card games manufacture their packs such that you could like tear it at the top, and I don't know, that's very weird to me. But another thing that I'm curious about here is, what is this game? I can't really move the control bar. This doesn't look like anything that we're familiar with. It sure doesn't look like it says Secrets of Legendaria, and it's definitely not an Inscryption pack. I don't know. Probably doesn't matter. Well, I mean, like, okay, no, sorry. I was talking about us viewing these on the computer with the other stuff, but clearly we're viewing these on a camera, right? Because the battery ran out, so maybe I don't quite understand how the layers of abstraction tie together, and it's possible that they just don't tie together very well, but I'm inclined to give the thing the benefit of the doubt and assume that I'm just not getting it, at least, so far. Hold on, let me just, is there any, okay. We've got now the archive footage of my footage of this footage, so we can, yeah. Okay. Curious. Well, I guess maybe that's the place to call it for right now. It's, strange, and perhaps getting stranger. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm very intrigued as to where this is all going. I hope y'all are as well. When you come back next time, at a wholly unpredictable date and time, again, ooh, spooky, hopefully we're gonna start finding some answers, because the questions are starting to get a little heavy. The buildup of questions is starting to get a little heavy. And we'll see you then.